Now there was a famine in the land, so Abram went down to Egypt to reside there as an alien, for the famine was severe in the land. When he was about to enter Egypt, he said to his wife Sarai, I know well that you are a woman beautiful in appearance, and when the Egyptians see you, they will say, This is his wife. Then they will kill me, but they will let you live. Say you are my sister, so that it may go well with me because of you, and that my life may be spared on your account. When Abram entered Egypt, the Egyptians saw that the woman was very beautiful. When the officials of Pharaoh saw her, they praised her to Pharaoh, and the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house. And for her sake he dealt well with Abram, and he had sheep, oxen, male donkeys, male and female slaves, female donkeys, and camels. But the Lord afflicted Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarai, Abram's wife. So Pharaoh called Abram and said, What is this you have done to me? Why did you not tell me that she was your wife? Why did you say, She is my sister, so that I took her for my wife? Now then, here is your wife, take her and be gone. And Pharaoh gave his men orders concerning him, and they set him on the way. I read recently that in certain Islamic extremist terrorist attacks, the terrorists freed people who were able to recite verses of the Quran. Now, this got me thinking about the implications in God's eyes of lying about your own religion, in the way that if a non-Muslim was to lie about being a Muslim and was able to recite verses of the Quran to then be freed by the extremists. The extract you just heard was from the Old Testament book of Genesis, chapter 12, when Abraham, who was named Abram at the time, and his wife Sarah, who was named Sarai at the time, traveled to Egypt to escape the famine in their own homeland. As you heard, Abram lied to the king about Sarai being his sister, when she was in fact his wife. The reason Abram lied was to save his own life, and God understood that. If you tell a lie to cause hurt and damage to somebody, then in most cases that is seen as a sin. But if you lie to protect the lives of innocent people, that, in most cases, is seen as a righteous act. The next extract is from the Old Testament book of Genesis, chapter 18. In this, we see Abraham pleading with God not to destroy all the people of Sodom. Then Abraham came near and said, Will you indeed sweep away the righteous with the wicked? Suppose there are 50 righteous within the city, will you then sweep away the place and not forgive it for the 50 righteous who are in it? Far be it from you to do such a thing, to slay the righteous with the wicked. so that the righteous fare as the wicked. Far be that from you. Shall not the Judge of all the earth do what is just? And the Lord said, If I find at Sodom 50 righteous in the city, I will forgive the whole place for their sake. Abraham answered, Let me take it upon myself to speak to the Lord, I who am but dust and ashes. Suppose 5 of the 50 righteous are lacking. Will you destroy the whole city for lack of 5? And he said, I will not destroy it if I find 45 there. Again he spoke to him, Suppose 40 are found there. He answered, For the sake of 40 I will not do it. Then he said, Oh, do not let the Lord be angry if I speak. Suppose 30 are found there. He answered, I will not do it if I find 30 there. He said, Let me take it upon myself to speak to the Lord. Suppose 20 are found there. He answered, For the sake of 20 I will not destroy it. Then he said, Oh, do not let the Lord be angry if I speak just once more. Suppose 10 are found there. He answered, For the sake of 10 I will not destroy it. And the Lord went his way when he had finished speaking to Abraham, and Abraham returned to his place. As we can currently see, people from all the way around the world are pleading with their own governments not to bomb Iraq and Syria. This, for most people, is a hard thing to deal with. It is our job to save as many innocents as possible, but at the same time, understand that sin must be eradicated, and sometimes that is by any means possible, even if it means innocents are killed also. We will and should all feel guilty if and when it happens. But as you can see from this story, the more we plead with the people in power, the more lives that can be saved before the inevitable happens.